G'day James, very nice to meet you tonight. Now, I was very impressed with what I saw. Let's get stuck straight in. You can just see here initially, just that stance width which you brought up in the lesson. A little bit wider stance, which you've done, you kind of did on the right after we spoke about it. Just looks a little bit more stable. The legs are out a little bit wider. Looks like you're going to make a bit stronger turn through the legs, so I really like that. But what we did talk about is your loading of your arms. So at the top of the swing, you see your target side arm really bending through here, your elbow, your trailing elbow disappearing behind your body. Now what that was causing was that elbow gets caught way behind your body on the downswing and stays super high. And we did see from down the line that the club was getting outside the golf ball, coming down pretty steep, causing your slices. And the reaction on the through swing was then there's no extension, so you come up very narrow on this side. Your right wrist is really bent on the way through, so you just look really cramped on the way through and around. So yeah, getting it from here where you're really caught behind your body, you've got to really rush the club head around the corner, and you were coming down from outside, and that's causing slices and it could cause the ball to go anywhere really, and that'll cause miss hits as well. So coming through here. So what we spoke about is pretty much how the arms work on the backswing. We saw with the good players, they do turn their shoulders 90 degrees like this, but they're really creating width out here, and this trailing elbow, we want to see, well out back behind your body. So just here. So just sorting that out. This felt like a bit restrictive just because you hadn't really turned your shoulders. So your shoulders are here, but you're trying to get your arms out the back. If you did get a little bit more shoulder turn through here, you'll push the arm back a bit better, and that arm, you just be a bit more comfortable. But even though we did improve that after we took this video, now it starts to look really good. So from here, our trailing elbow is going to work down in front of the body, into the in front of the hip, instead of get caught high and really behind. So you see the hands are down in about the same spot, but the elbow is tucked in now on the one on the right here. So now you don't have to throw the club around the corner underneath. So now we go here and we just compress and we clear the hips. Coming right up. Here we go. There. So don't worry about the ball. We started inside the ball, but this just shows you now you're extending through the ball. That club comes through further away than where you were before, so you actually made contact with that golf ball, and you started way inside it. So if we take you back through to here, where you were hitting the golf ball before, look at your wrists. Look at how you're coming up through here. Look at that. Look at the extension through your arms. And then when you come through, look at that extension and rotation through your body and your pivot through there. So look at the difference there. Massive. And you've turned your hips more, your weight's more forward, your back foot's more up. So if I do this very quickly now, like I did during the lesson, just bring Tiger up and just start making some comparisons. So backswing nice and wide, elbow out the back and tucked in. So now it starts to look a little bit closer. He's just turned his shoulders a little bit more, but it doesn't have to be perfect yet. But here's the downswing. Elbow tucking in, hips starting to slide. There you go, starting to marry up a little bit more here. Bring it down into impact. And we didn't talk about delivering this and compressing the golf ball. We just got you from here, and we got you firing down and extending your arms and trying to roll over. So then from here, all of a sudden, you deliver the hands more in front of the golf ball, and you're going to compress more, like Tiger. So now we've got some similar stuff going on in your swing. Just turned you into a really good player. So it gets a low point where everything's nice and straight down through here. Beautiful. Extension and roll. Extension and roll. Beautiful, mate. Looking really good. It's going to take a little while to learn. Got to drill it. Got to get used to new movements and motions. Not going to hit the ball great early days, but I wanted to really show you in your first lesson, what's involved with a good golf swing, how to maybe achieve it, and then you know, maybe a couple of lessons down the track, and we can start working on putting those pieces of the puzzle together. So this can start working when you hit a golf ball, and then build it up into the big swing. You know, apply it with the longer clubs and the driver. It works very similar with the long clubs and the driver. It just, we're hitting a different time in the swing like we saw and spoke about during the lesson. But I think that's a great start, especially if you start looking like a really good player, the best player. You know, in your first lesson very quickly like that, massive improvement. And there is no way you are going to play off 25 if you start implementing these things in your swing. Still kind of can't quite get over you're off 25 right now, but there's you keep making those improvements, put a bit of hard work in that, mate. And sky's the limit for your handicap, mate. Really nice to meet you. I sincerely hope we can work together in the future, because this could be something really good. I predict big things for you, mate. Well done. Cheers.